Hey YouTube. As you know, I was born into the Jehovah's Witness cult and brainwashed from birth to believe I was part of the most loving, principled and moral 0.01% of the entire world's population. Moral decisions and life choices were simple because they were arrived at simply by reading the numerous publications from the Watchtower and Tract Society, who sold me and made it mandatory for me to sell material that ruled on every aspect of life. Life choices was simple because I never made any, and I was rewarded for this mindless following with a sense of superiority and smugness, knowing that I deserved to live forever when no one else did. When I look back, I was kept in a permanent emotional and moral immaturity, and with my mid-teenage came the drive to grow as a human, and part of that growth was to test the reality I found myself in. But it was only when I caught up with my missed education was I able to express myself. I said before that I read the Bible without the Jehovah's Witness literature and found my brainwashing challenged. I was told by the witnesses that Jehovah was all-loving and merciful, yet he ordered the stoning of people working on Sunday, women for virtually anything he could think of, and the numerous genocides. The witnesses explained the genocides by way of protecting Jesus' bloodline, and therefore the obliteration of other tribes' women, children, men, donkeys and cattle was justified. And who are we to question God anyway? His ways are above ours. But in the Bible I was told that by his fruits you will know him, and I was totally capable of understanding the fruits of God's action. And I went through a process that many have done before, especially those born into the Jewish faith. Just check out God on Trial. In my later education, I came to discover that Jehovah's Witnesses accept the divine command theory, basically holding to the position that if God does or says anything, it must be right, regardless of what it looks like to us. And disagreeing in any way makes you an immoral opposer, or Satan if you will. This would mean that when Jehovah ordered the deaths of other tribes, they became immoral merely for defending themselves. Looking at this objectively, this is unpersuasive. And with that, I had bumped into the Euthyphro dilemma. Are God's commands intrinsically moral, or do they become moral because he commands it? Witnesses clearly favour the second option, and I couldn't disagree more. Because God commands the death of babies in the Bible, that does not make Gentile baby killing good. That would make the word good meaningless and totally arbitrary to the tribe you belong to. This means that the biblical God is not the embodiment of morality. Morality is something he dips in and out of, just like us. Morality is something he knows about, just like us. This was free in knowledge and gave permission to use the mental gifts God gave to discover ethics and morals for myself, not just be told. The Bible doesn't rule on every aspect of modern life, but the governing body make that presumption. They go further than the Bible, even into the bedrooms of the married. But there's another issue in ethics and morality that make the whole Jehovah's Witness premise for eternal reward morally impossible. When I and others like me extend a kindness, it is not done in the expectation of a tangible reward. A smile and thank you is enough. I don't do something because I expect a reward from God, and in fact some kindnesses would lead someone like me to the Jehovah's Witness eternal death. For example, if I throw a safe and fun birthday party for my kids, that makes me immoral. If I report directly to the police that a child is in danger from a witness, that makes me immoral. If I tried to stop the drowning of every human, animal, plant, intestinal parasite and bacteria, that would make me immoral. But it would be the right thing to do. Doing something for the reward is not a moral act. Ignoring family for the reward is immoral. Letting family die because you reject treatment is immoral. demanding 2 witnesses before protecting a child from rape is immoral. You are immoral. Morality isn't about doing the bidding of the governing body, or anyone for that matter. Morality is an active choice after weighing the impact on others. If Abraham was here today sharpening his knife and tying his son down to be stabbed in the heart, wouldn't you stop him? Wouldn't you stop Lot from offering his daughters up for gang rape and stop him impregnating them himself? Or defend the man God killed for stopping the Ark of the Covenant touch the ground? If you would stop those things, which the cult praises, then you are too good, too independent, and too thoughtful for them. You'd do what's right even if you weren't promised nonsense from con men.